Hey, what's up, guys? Anime Talk here with Izzy,
That was
and
such a lazy intro. What's wrong with you?
just say your goddamn name.
I don't know. What is my name? Say my name. Say my
I knew.
name.
I
Say
somehow
my
I knew
name.
I was gonna say she was gonna say that.
Say
And
my
we
name.
got Fee here. Don't give a shit.
Okay, you know what? You can just stop right there.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
You know what? Honestly, though, if we never invited her today, we could have got this done like 2 hours ago.
So long.
Hey, stop being
You know what I
negative
told So?
Nancy.
You know what I told So? I was like, why don't we just start the podcast and she can come in whenever she wants, like when she's done whatever she's doing. And she's like, no, what's the point? We're already this far. I'm like, okay, well, she can still come. Like that's the point. She can come whenever. Podcasts do that. Like they'll start for like 20 minutes and then they'll invite their guest like at the end or something, or in the middle or whatever. But no, both of you had to waste my time.
Well, you had to waste my time looking at stupid memes of Shaggy. Well, who
Oh,
even is Shaggy?
You guys don't understand. Those are such funny memes about
And
Shaggy.
you keep on freaking posting about Sasuke enough.
That's
Just because you like
right.
Naruto doesn't
Oh
mean
my
you gotta
God.
be biased.
The Sasuke memes are so funny.
Yeah, they are.
You guys are crazy. Like it's just like, oh, what are they gonna do next? Like what
It's
can
funny,
they do?
It's only January and there's been like a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Sasuke's the best.
Well,
I mean, no, Sasuke is
Faye's
gay.
been commenting. I mean, yeah, she's just commented on what we just said right now, and she's like, she hates Sasuke memes. Why? I don't know why.
Sasuke is dumb. I said I love Sasuke.
Because
But I hate him now.
okay, everybody who has ever watched Naruto hates Sasuke, right?
Yeah.
No
right.
doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he's just annoying.
You can't say everybody. There are people that do like Sasuke.
Most
Those
of them.
are the weird.
I know that's the weird
people.
thing is it's like I don't really hear people talk about Sasuke, but like at the same time I know there's people who will say, oh, I like Sasuke more than Naruto, which is bullshit.
That is the bullshit of the oh my gosh.
Stop swearing.
I'm sorry. I just had to
Family-friendly
be
show.
my quirky self sometimes. You know, I just can't.
Shut
I
up.
can't hold it back. It's just
Stupid.
it's my persona.
I'm gonna swear at you in Chinese or something.
It's Mandarin
Same thing.
or
I'm learning
Cantonese.
Chinese.
Oh, are you? How is that?
Oh really?
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, well, it's actually Mandarin is like one of the top
Yeah.
languages right now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Because
most-
it's the most used in big business.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
And
one of
China's a
the
big
top, I
place
think,
too.
3 or 4 languages.
No, it's the top one for number one.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's number one.
Chinese is the.
Oh, number
yeah.
1?
Yeah, and number 2 is I think Spanish right now. Well, that was in 2018, so I don't know about now. But like
Well,
number
it-
1
it'd
was
be the same.
Mandarin. No, it wouldn't because that's the point. Is like when these months are about to pass, they would do like antics where they would find out what is the most used.
Yeah, I think
language.
the top 3 is. Oh no, wait, no. So it's Chinese, Spanish, and English, right?
It's Mandarin, Spanish, I believe. Hindu. Is that language?
No, it's English first.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't.
I'm pretty
I think
sure.
English is
is
fourth.
a popular language.
Top.
For sure, Chinese is one of the hardest languages to learn.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Oh whoa.
Oh no, English is number 2.
Oh whoa.
Whoa.
What?
Really?
So it's Mandarin, Chinese, English, Hindustani. I never heard of that actually. That's
Is that
really
Hindu?
weird. I'm probably
Is Hindu a language?
I guess.
Is Hindu a language?
Hindu
Is it a religion?
The religion. Hinduism is the religion. Hindu is the the believers.
So
And then the Spanish and the Arabic, Malay. Whoa, Malay.
you know what's funny? I never
Russian and
heard.
Bengali.
I never heard anything about Mandarin. Like
Really?
until 2018. You know.
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't know what Mandarin was until John Cena did an interview about him going to China and speaking Mandarin.
People,
I thought it was
yeah,
just called Chinese. Like
no, in
yeah.
China they speak 2 different dialects, Mandarin and Cantonese.
See, which I didn't know. I didn't know any of that shit.
And it's because of the different, like, it depends on where the region is, I think. I don't know.
Really?
Don't quote me
Yeah,
on that.
it depends on, because China's so big. There's different regions and there's different like accents and stuff. So each region has its own way of speaking the language.
Yeah,
And there's like Mandarin, Cantonese, and there's a bunch of stuff.
Cantonese. It sounds like a cat.
Well-
Can you speak Cantonese? Yeah, meow. Jeez, what the hell?
Right? Ridiculous.
Anyway,
down there,
anyway, let's not talk about China because we're supposed to talk about Japan.
Yeah, what?
This is anime. Anyway, yeah. So you guys watch any anime this week?
Nope.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, barely.
Fee, you can go first. Did you watch anything this week?
This week I watched, of course, Fairy Tale, and then I watched. I'm also watching this new one called what's it called? The time I was reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah,
You're the
one.
that's
Yeah, I
watching
was wondering.
that.
Yeah, we were wondering who was watching that.
Yeah.
In our history, and I was like, what the hell? What's that about? What is it interesting to you?
It's pretty funny and interesting.
Really?
So it's about this 30-year-old. The first episode is like this 30-year-old. The beginning is a 30-year-old, and he's like in modern time, now. But then he dies, and he's during his death.
That's
he's,
the first episode, right?
Huh?
That's the first episode, right?
Yeah, it's the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
During his death, he's just experiencing these new things, and he's saying, "Why is it so cold? Why am I heavy? Blah blah blah." And then, so he reincarnates into this slime. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I guess if you're recommending it to me and so we'll try it. Are you recommending it?
I mean, if you guys don't want to watch it.
We watch it. Man, she's so weird. This is why she can't choose anime. Oh my god.
I don't know. Okay, it's just weird. Okay, because this guy is a 30-something-year-old, and then he reincarnates into a slime.
How?
Because of reasons, and then he becomes the most powerful being in that world.
Okay, I guess
I have a question about reincarnation. It's things that are already on the earth.
Let me give
living
you an example.
Yeah, so a butterfly.
Let's say if I die.
You'd become a butterfly.
But it's the butterfly is as it's being born. I'm reincarnating.
Yeah, you're reincarnated as a butterfly that's a what?
You reincarnate depending on how you lived your previous life.
Yeah.
So if you lived a life as a bad person, you're gonna reincarnate into something awful. And if you lived your life as a good person, you're gonna reincarnate into something amazing.
So is it based on modern society where you can be reincarnated as anything, or is it only based on natural things, you can be a flower or you can be a cloud or something?
I think it's anything.
Because
I think it's anything.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it really does depend, and some people just say just reincarnating into people, or reincarnating into just the earth itself. I just don't believe any of that. That's not my that's not.
Because he reincarnated as a slime, and you wouldn't be able to reincarnate as a slime unless it was made by human beings.
I don't know.
It wasn't naturally on the earth.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, it could be depending on
Depending on the slime he is. What kind of slime is he? Is he the Instagram slime? Where you...
Well, think about it this way. In Naruto, they kind of use the reincarnation idea in that. Not as this extreme. It's just oh, there's reincarnation, but it's not to the extreme.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to say anything what it is, but they do the idea of it. It's where do people go when they die? And it's oh, they reincarnate to something.
I think Japan itself, they believe in reincarnation hardcore.
Yeah, of course.
I
think it's Southeast Asia. And
I think it
East Asia
depends.
that believe in it the most.
Yeah. And I have no knowledge of any of. Oh crap! The battery. Holy shit.
Oh.
Can you go get it while? I think we have time. We can do it. Yeah. So is that it, Fee? That's the only thing you watched this week? You don't watch Fairy Tale? I've been noticing you haven't been watching Fairy Tale.
She watched it. She said.
No, I did. I watched it. I watched this week's. Because
I
tried watching it during the winter break, but I didn't get I didn't find the English version because I don't think it was posted or something. But then
do you go on Monday to watch it?
Yeah, sometimes Monday, sometimes later on in the week.
So, because there is something I noticed, this Monday, the Monday that passed, I went to go watch Fairy Tale, but it wasn't showing the English version, even though it said it was added 30 minutes ago. So I just gave it another 30 minutes, and then it just popped out.
Yeah, that happened to me once, but I watched it in Japanese anyway, and then I rewatched it in English.
Why is she so weird?
You're really
You can't just wait.
Because like we had to do the podcast, and so that's when I watched it in Japanese.
We had to do the podcast.
Yeah, we had to do that one day. You were like, "Hey,
We watched
you
it
should
in
watch
English.
that." Huh?
We watched it in English that day, though.
I don't know.
We watched
I
it before you.
Well, this
Yeah,
girl
I know,
looks
but
like
I watched it in
Lizzo.
Japanese because, like, I guess there was like something up or something. I don't know.
I guess so stupid. She like I don't know what she was doing. She just took out the stupid
So
book.
I had like a magazine or something, and then on the front it's a picture of a girl, a lady, and I said she looked like Glozell.
That was Glozell.
She's a YouTuber.
Okay, well,
She's a YouTuber. I used
wait
to
to give us. Hey, like, what's wrong with you?
What?
I mean,
What do you
they can't
mean?
see the picture, but if they saw what the picture was, they would.
No. She looks just like
Guys,
Glozell.
it's a trash can. That's the picture.
Should I show you who she is?
No, I'm
I
good.
used to watch her. She's funny.
We're talking about anime.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm-
you just show me after. And
Weird.
what's it called? Oh wait, is it the one that eats like sugar or something?
Yeah, she's the one that did the cinnamon challenge,
so
and then
stupid.
she
That
was
girl's-
talking to that girl. Doesn't she look like her?
I mean, she's not black.
What?
Like the one in the magazine is not black.
Be quiet.
So I mean,
you're
the
so
the skin
annoying.
tone is not the same at all. Like,
Oh
there's
my
not-
god, you're so.
And doesn't she like
You're
have
not.
more hair than that?
Why not?
Is that a guy?
Stop it! You make me look bad. He's wrong. He's just lying.
That looks
guys.
like a guy.
Shut up! You're a guy. I mean, you're a girl.
Yeah, I'm a guy. Thank you. Anyway, she's talking about that YouTuber who eats like food or something
She
on
eats
YouTube.
cinnamon. It's an old video where she
Yeah,
did
and
the
she
cinnamon
she has
challenge.
like green lipstick on.
Yeah, that's her color.
You still don't know if he?
Oh wait, are you
UK,
talking about
UK,
that
'cause
girl
I
that
love
loves the color green?
I don't know. We'll show it
That's
to
her
you. We'll
intro.
show it to you after. This is
Yeah.
about anime.
And maybe she does like anime. You don't know that. Maybe
I don't
she watches
care.
it.
She's
Maybe
not
she
here,
makes-
is she?
Well, you can't just say stuff about her because she can't defend herself right now. Okay, Josh, she's richer than
I
you.
mean, you're the one who called her garbage. So.
No, we didn't.
Okay. Anyway, for us, I think what did we watch? We watched Fairy Tale. Did we watch an episode this week
What?
for Golden Kamuy?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're
we
very
did.
behind on that show. We'll do a schedule where we watch like 2-3 episodes a day so you can catch up already.
Yeah, we did Golden Kamuy, we watched Fairy Tale, we watched Hunter x Hunter, we watched Black Clover. Black Clover was
Dude,
great.
everything, all the episodes this week were good for Black Clover, Fairy Tale, Hunter x Hunter. They just been intense as shit.
Yeah.
Like it's been such a good month, yet we haven't done any like, personal, like not personal, but like pointing those
Yeah.
podcasts out, like those episodes in particular, which sucks because I really do want to talk about Black Clover
Yeah,
and Fairy
dude,
Tale.
these are like the perfect episodes to talk about. But
Yeah, because I would scream like a little girl in each one. But they're
Well,
so
you
good.
are a little-
They're so good. If you don't get it, I wish you were watching the same things we were watching because they're so intense. Like they're so good.
And we've been watching. Oh, I just wanted to point it out. We've been watching Hunter x Hunter and Black Clover for a year now. Because
Yeah,
we
it's been a
started
year, yeah.
in January last year.
Yeah, holy
That's
shit.
funny because it feels like it's been like 3 months.
Yeah, and
Only.
of course. Honestly, though, binging it would be so nice too.
Yeah.
I would love to binge that. Like when I binge a show, it's just much better. I just finished Baki, the thing I was talking
Oh,
about last
yeah?
week. Yeah, the one that was on Netflix. It's a good show. It turns out there was an older show called The Grappler Baki. So they did actually make the show before, way back.
So is this a remake?
I believe it's a
Or-
remake of the manga. I think they were trying to do, make it good. Like, quality wise, no doubt, it's so much better. Action, I didn't watch any episodes about action, but I don't know. They it's the same character, but he looks totally different. Like they think he had like orange or red hair in the old one, and this one he has like more like wavy brown hair. He has such a cocky face.
He does.
He has such a cocky face. It's funny to watch the show because it's like he's so cocky. He's cocky. Just by
He
the way,
acts cocky.
he doesn't act cocky. He just has
He
a
just
cocky
looks like
face.
it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I didn't think he would be the main character.
Really?
When I first watched it, I didn't think he would be the because
I mean, he's
they
not
don't make
thumbnail.
they don't make. I mean, they can have anyone on the thumbnail. They have a lot of other shows where they would have the villain or anything like that on the thumbnail. It's just the animation, how they make him. Man, he is cocky. He's a cocky little shit. Like shit, man. you should watch. You should watch Baki. It's pretty good. It's a fighting show. They do use 3D a little bit. I kind of don't like it. It's so irritating, but like, what you gonna do, right? It's on Netflix. I believe the second season should be coming out. It's already out for subbed, not dubbed, and I'm waiting for dubbed right now. So it's a really good show. I think it's like 12, 13 episodes.
Speaking of shows that should come back soon, Mob Psycho.
I think it's out. We just haven't been watching it.
Are you for real?
I'm pretty sure that's what the movie, like, they had a movie for it.
And One Punch Man.
Probably out right now too.
Oh my god!
I think that's in
didn't go to
April. No,
school.
I think One Punch Man's in April.
I freaking hate school so much.
No, look, I'm gonna make a schedule. We're gonna get back on this shit. We're gonna finish Golden Gama Way. We're gonna watch these shows and we're gonna do these podcast episodes on them. Okay? All right.
Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes of Mob Psycho, but then I was like, it's not my style.
No. Trust me. Finish it. It's so
It's
funny
so
and good.
good.
You didn't like the comedy? Like, there was a comedy.
It
in
was
the-
so
No, it was
weird.
good comedy. I
It's
think
that,
it's just like
dude. It's the
graphic.
animation that throws people
Yeah,
off.
literally me. When I first saw it, I was like, what is this? I don't want to watch this. But it's so funny,
Yeah, like-
it's worth it.
You know,
I like the concept of it. It's just like the animation threw me off of it.
At first I thought the animation was on purpose, like they meant to look like, or like they meant to make it look like that, you know?
it is.
But no.
Yeah.
Well, at some extent it is on purpose, but also they didn't have the money to make good animation too.
No way. That was the
Yeah.
purpose why they made it.
Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that.
Because you see some flaws in the animation where it's all wacky and stuff.
Honestly, the animation didn't bother me as much. I'm starting to be like a little bit better about it. Like you know, Baki, the way it looks kind of freaks me out. Like when if you watch it, like
I feel like it's really detailed.
it's very detailed, but looks kind of like okay, if they have a buff guy, it just looks so disgusting. But it's like that's how a buff guy looks. Like this
Yeah.
guy is a buff guy. Like he's really big, but when
Around some, it shows like tone and stuff.
yeah, it's not like it looks nice, but at the same time for me, it's like that's not my animation. Like that's not like I like the Naruto animation. I like Black Clover animation.
I realize they're like when because Izzy is rewatching Naruto the original, and I've seen like some points in the animation where it is similar in like the recent Naruto show.
Yeah, and it's still better quality.
Yeah.
Like right now, and the thing
Like
is when I was
fighting scenes and stuff.
and when I forgot to mention that I am rewatching Naruto like she said, and it's the original kind, and like man, I can't this was remastered HD, like they actually did remaster. And they got rid of those parts where they're trying to make it slow because they're catching up to the manga. Oh my god, the show would be so good. Like it would be 10 times much better. Like I was watching it, like there was parts where I was like, man, it's so irritating how slow they're doing this. But
they really are doing it.
but you saw remember the one we were watching that fight? It's so good, right? That's how it should be. Yeah, they did it. Like you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, they didn't do that like stop for the whole show, and yet it's so nice. It just made love Naruto because of that. And that's like, oh my god, they need to redo this. They need to redo it. At least the original. Like I don't think they're gonna do Shippuden like the first like chapters, but they should at least do the original Naruto. I mean, they should just keep the fillers, by the way. Like just keep them. I don't care. It just as long as you don't make it slow paced how it was before, because that I can understand why they want to keep the fillers. Cost them money. They're not gonna get rid of that shit. What else did we watch? I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Goblin Slayer was freaking good
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, Goblin
Fee,
Slayer.
I don't know why you haven't watched Goblin Slayer. And
I told you, it's
she's
a weird
freaked
show,
out.
and I'm not about it.
She's like scarred because of it. But
I don't know how you. For me, I can't watch certain clips unless I know I'm gonna watch the whole show.
yeah, me too.
Like I have to
No,
watch.
but see, I have to like have a sneak peek, and then I'm like, alright, this is a cool show. I'm gonna watch the whole thing.
You should
But
really
it was
watch it.
so weird.
The first episode didn't make me feel weird. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy.
It was intense the first episode.
I don't know why it made you feel weird, because I guess it was the
It
weird.
looks dark. What do you mean?
It is dark.
Well,
but,
that's a show. Like okay.
But that's a concept.
Have you watched Game of Thrones?
Oh, well, Game of Thrones is different.
No! You can't do
Watch
that.
Game of
You can't do
Thrones.
that. If you watch Game of Thrones, you can watch this, because Game of Thrones is way much more
That's
worse for dark or disgusting parts. See, I don't get that. I never get that. If you can watch
These
Game of
are
Thrones,
human. You expect this from humans, not from cartoon characters.
They're not cartoons.
Oh my god, what you really? I really want to understand the difference here. What's the difference? They're both fictional.
Wouldn't you think the cartoon would be better than real life? Wouldn't you think it's less intimidating than real life? Because you know it's not real. But in real life, they get it for
but then
real.
when you bring up real stuff into cartoons that you wanna, think that it's not
I know it's
real.
not cartoons. Stop saying that. That's
Wait,
animation.
hey, but you want to make this? You want to change the topic what we're gonna do before, and then change this into, like what's the difference between anime and
Yeah,
real
we should
shows?
do that.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Thanks
but,
a lot, Fee. Yeah.
So let's just do the top.
Here.
So like this is the topic right now. We'll just continue from here. Where are you going, So?
I'm leaving. I quit.
Okay. So's gone. So is closing the door, and she left the room. Great.
Bye.
All right, let's just end the podcast. But like,
Maybe we're done.
I think we're gonna do the topic of why people think, like, okay, what the topic idea is, like, I guess anime versus TV anime is TV show though, like anime but versus
Real, like
life acting, I guess.
like real.
I have no idea what I'm gonna title this. It's like I'm just gonna talk about the idea of like why people are like kind of thrown off with anime, where it's like, oh, their point is that, oh, anime is cartoon, but like what's it called, when you watch a real life actor do his shit, it's like, oh, it's more realistic. But like I'm gonna
like
bring that.
live action.
I mean,
Anime versus live action.
not even live action. The idea of just like, let's just say I'm trying to think. I need So here. I can't do the podcast by myself. I may look like I'm confident, but I'm not. So is here, and she writes down notes for me, and then she passes it out.
Yeah, I do that.
No, shut up, So I can do this by myself. Here, she's getting the charger. That's why her laptop is dying.
Oh.
No.
I mean, we use a $60,000 PC to do these podcast episodes, and we're not in a house. We're in a studio, and Johnny Depp used to work here. What?
Yeah. He said I was cool. I said
Christopher
thanks.
Nolan
Okay,
sucks.
now no one's gonna
Sparrow.
believe. No one's gonna believe that now. Thanks.
Hey, you, be quiet. Anyways.
So
what happened?
I was trying to explain, like, okay, what would be the topic idea? It's like, I guess like animation versus
Cartoons.
no animation versus like real life.
Oh.
Like you want to do animation versus cartoons?
No. I wanted to talk about the difference between cartoons and animation, but we can do that real life and
We could do both.
animation.
We could do both. Like
Anyways, let's say in conclusion, cartoons is not the same as anime. Let's continue.
now that's where I'm like, okay, what's classified as a cartoon though?
Cartoons are made for children.
But think
Anime
about it this
is
way,
made for
because people say
13 and
adult cartoon.
older. Adult cartoon.
Like
yeah,
you would
that's
say,
different.
you would say Family Guy
So, like,
is an adult
yeah.
cartoon.
Yeah, that's for cartoon without a story. Because anime has plot, has a storyline.
But some animes
has-
don't.
Yeah.
Some animes
But-
don't have plot or story. Like
But
how
the majority do.
like I'm just saying, I guess maybe you can
So
say
like Shin-Chan, that would be considered an anime. And the thing with anime is it's cartoons, but from Japan. So there's a difference.
So is that why they call it anime? Is because
Yeah.
the genre is from Japan.
Yeah.
So let's say
But there is a difference
so-
still.
so you know Ruby, RWBY, whatever that
Yeah.
the thing, that anime that was created by Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
Is that called an anime or is that called a cartoon?
It depends on what they call it themselves, like what genre that is. Because people say it's an anime,
It's
right?
an anime. Yeah.
Where it's made.
So okay, it's America. It's made in America.
All right, then it
I think.
depends. Maybe they want to call themselves anime.
Okay, so like let's say if I was gonna make an anime, I know for sure I would make the anime in America. Like I'm not going to Japan just to make an anime.
That,
Yeah, you know.
but
Like,
you can't make an anime without a manga, can you?
yeah, you can. Why can't you?
Well,
Was that really a thing? Because I was
mean,
literally not
anime-
gonna make a manga. I was no
Man-
way gonna make a manga.
Anime comes from manga.
I'm aware of where it comes from.
Anime,
It's-
they get,
I'm the one who
that's
told you.
That's the difference too. Cartoons, they just come up with their own stuff, you know.
Okay, so like what is okay? I guess I like how Fia's just listening. You okay?
Are you okay? Are you
Fee?
here?
Fee.
Hello. It's a computer here.
Oh, give me a minute. Oh, getting the computer talks. Okay. Oh my God. This is making a lot of sound real quick. Let me just. All right, sorry guys. We had to cut it out because there's some audio. I don't know if you can still hear it. And Fee will be back. So let's just continue on what we were saying.
Mhm.
Do you remember? Make it up. Make it up. So yeah,
Digital
Obama shouldn't
animation.
fight Trump in this death match. All right. What were you saying?
So. we were
Oh,
talking
the
about-
animation thing. Okay, so like, oh, when is it declared an anime or a cartoon, right? Like, oh, is it because you're classifying it as anime or like I mean, I never heard the idea of Japanese cartoon.
That's what anime is.
I know, I'm just saying like no one said, "Oh, this is a Japanese cartoon." I don't really hear people saying that, you know. So if you're saying like if I come to like if I'm in America and I make what's it called, a show, and I want it to be anime and I classify as anime, it'll work out, or does it have to have a manga?
Well, if you have, I don't know. I have to search this up.
I don't think it has to have a manga because there's a lot of
Well, there are
there should
animes
be
without
manga and it's called still an anime. So like,
But
why
I-
would that classify it as an anime? Or and then it comes to the point like this, like what do we like
the
DC
animation,
Comics?
The animation is what like.
Okay, so
defines the
anime is a style
Yeah.
of Japan, and we call it anime.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, I can live with that.
I think.
I don't know. That's fine to me.
Why
Like,
would you want to make anime in America when you can just go?
Dude, I'm not gonna go to Japan and learn a language and try and make
You
an
don't
anime.
need to learn.
I don't wanna.
language.
I just wanna
There
come.
are plenty
I just.
of
I don't care. I don't care. I'm just.
or foreigners
Why am I
in
looking to move? Why would I
Japan.
want to move?
Do you not see the credits in anime?
I just
There's
want to be.
different like
I just
people.
want.
There, you
Maybe
can
I want to
clearly
work.
see.
Oh, maybe I want to help
There
out
are
Funimation.
American names.
I
there
don't
are
know.
Korean names.
I don't
There
know.
are Vietnamese names. There are probably Filipino names. Too.
I don't want to
It's
go
very-
somewhere. I just want to stay here in my bed in Wisconsin.
Why don't you want to go to Japan? Japan's so pretty.
I would go, but for vacation. I'm not trying to work there.
Really?
Yeah.
You know how beneficial
I
Japan
ju-
is?
Oh, I'd rather work in Turkey.
Actually, Japan is actually really convenient. Like their convenience stores are so convenient, and their stores in general are convenient. I think the most convenient place actually might be Korea because everything is.
Oh, really? It's not because you like K-pop,
No,
right?
I've learned. No, listen.
Because he likes K-pop.
She was gonna say the same thing I was
No,
gonna
the
say.
thing is, I've learned that there are convenience stores. You can literally eat in the convenience stores.
I could do that so often.
You make a whole meal and you eat in 7-Eleven.
That's not really convenient because I have to make my own things.
Instant things.
Instant ramen? Yes, we have that here.
No, but it's so convenient, and also everything is close, so people don't even have cars.
Isn't it
they
more
walk.
convenient for me to do it over here than to do it in Japan?
What? I'm talking about Korea, and you're talking about Japan and America.
Anyway,
Did you guys figure out what the topic is?
well, it's just we're just making up shit.
What are we saying? I don't even know what we're saying.
No,
right
I'm
now.
just want to talk about like okay first we're talking about like oh what does it classify as like anime or cartoon like oh if you're in America does it classify as anime or is it just a style in Japan or can you come
the
over
Japanese style.
yeah like a Japanese style like what is it what is anime like what how do you
I'm
classify
pretty
it?
sure it's the anime style.
What? Here, let me just search it up. Is anime a style?
Oh my god.
It shows you like people wearing like literally. Anime is not a style. The word anime is a Japanese term for animation, which means all forms of animated media. Outside Japan, anime
That's from Wikipedia, bro. That's
refers
something reliable.
refers. Hi.
What are you? What? Which one? Which one?
Refers.
What? Refers?
Yeah, I got it now.
Specifically to animation from Japan or as a Japanese disseminated
Sound it out.
disseminated animation style, often characterized by colorful graphics, vibrant characters, and fantastical themes.
Is there any American
That's it.
anime? Let's see. Usually American audiences crave Japanese
It's just
animation.
cartoon.
What?
American anime is just animation or cartoon.
I mean,
Animation.
no, I mean, if there's right here, it says, however, in the case of Rooster Teeth Productions, American-made animated series, the show is heading the other direction. So,
I don't even think that's anime, bro. No hate, but that
what is
animation is.
what is an American
all
anime
3D.
called? Anime is a Japanese loan word used to refer to any sort of animation. Is this the same thing we're just reading? Outside of Japan and other countries, anime is generally considered to be a type of cartoon. Okay, you can make a cartoon in a style similar to anime, but can truly be considered but it can't truly be considered an anime.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
anime is just solely from Japan.
Then why are you
And
saying
it
the
follows
show
the
is
manga.
cartoon? Why are you saying that the shows we're watching are cartoons then? Huh? Fee?
Because I'm taking it from an American perspective.
Oh really? Because the American perspective would be
you
anime.
American.
God damn Americans.
Why do you have to follow the stereotypes? Why do you
Jeez.
have to?
Join the weebs
Why
like
do you
us.
have to be a conformist and follow everything society tells you to do? You have to become a non-conformist, bro. You need to go against
That's
what
my
you
phone.
don't believe.
Like, time's up, guys. Thanks for watching.
No, that's just my normal alarm for anything. Anyway, but yeah, like now we got that out of the way. Like, okay, now here, this is what I really want to talk about. When people argue about anime and why they don't want to watch it, or what's
It's cartoons.
because they say it's cartoons,
It's cartoons
or they
for
say it's
kids.
unrealistic. They say it's different.
It
Like
doesn't-
when you like I watch Game of Thrones, but Goblins. I'm just not. I'm not making fun of you, but I'm just saying like the idea. No, I'm not. I'm just taking the idea. Like if someone were to say, "Oh no, Goblin Slayer is so perverted and disgusting," but then they like there's a show like Game of Thrones, which is literally the same exact shit, probably even worse. Heard that incest part. I mean, just seriously, that's pretty disgusting.
Gross.
Literally. So I don't understand. Like, what? How are you saying that? Like, you're saying it's more perverted, or like you can't say that to any anime. No, Fee, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying. Jeez.
Picking on your
No,
kind.
No, I'm not her kind. What kind? There's no kinds. We don't turn to weebs and other things. No, I'm saying like, okay, because I've heard the argument before. It's so repetitive. Like, I'm just saying like, oh, the idea of why it's better to watch, I guess, real actors compared to anime. You know, like, I just don't get that, and that's what people use as an argument. Is that it's perverted. Japanese anime is perverted. Oh, they're so gross and bloody. Or they can also do the route where it's like, oh, it's for kids, or they'll go one of those arguments. It's for kids. You know, why are you like a grown up? Why are you watching that? You know, like that's the shit we hear. I said reflex, guys. Sorry.
Or it's Chinese, bro.
Or it's Chinese. Why are you watching that ching chong shit? That's what people would say. You know, but like that's the point I'm trying to understand, like, or give my side of it. Like, it doesn't make sense. You're saying because
Does not make sense.
it doesn't make sense. Like, you're saying because this show is disgusting, you don't want to watch anime. But like, if you watch these other shows, then what's the problem? I'm pretty like, if you notice American shows these days, like with real life, I guess, actors, what's it called? The characters they play are pretty gross. Like, the shit they do is pretty gross. You know, like there's so many scenarios where they're doing something messed up or gruesome. You know, like there's so much shows. There's so many shows about that.
And
Yeah.
anime is great.
Yeah, and anime, I can see what from other people's sides where like they're like, oh, it's so perverted, like in a way where it's like they do show a lot of fan service in some animes, but not all animes are like that. They do show very gruesome scenes, but not all animes like that. You know, it's just a show like any other show. You guys, is there anything you guys want to say?
In conclusion.
No, we're not done with this topic. There's other
in
points.
conclusion-
No, there's other points people say. Like, I was gonna bring it up after we're done with this point. Like, you guys have anything else to say? Like, oh, you want to add on? Oh, you're so cool.
Okay, so let's explain why I don't like Goblin Slayer.
Nah, I mean, you're just saying one anime though. Like,
People need to stop being judgmental.
Yeah, that's just so judgmental.
That's all just their judgment. You have no
Yeah,
right to
Like,
judge.
okay, Fee, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
Now I don't want to talk.
Because I'll destroy you.
Because your opinion is invalid.
Because I'll destroy you.
Incorrect.
Shut up.
False.
Okay, no. Okay, look. This is how I see it. Alright.
Uh-huh.
It's just when I watch anime, I don't like to watch anything like that gruesome because it's to me in my eyes it's like it's animation. It's not this stuff is not supposed to be happening.
Why?
I don't know why it's happening.
Why?
did you say
Why?
that?
Oh, it's just like I'm gonna use the cartoon word. It's cartoon.
Okay, so if ideally, like in Game of Thrones, you shouldn't be doing the shit they're doing because it's fantasy. Because fantasy is not supposed to be like that. Fantasy is supposed to be more like, woo, like it's supposed to be happy, you know, like it's
Cinderella.
a fantasy, you know, like it's supposed to. Okay, then anime is not like that all the time.
But the shows that I tend to hover over are like that. They're innocent.
What do you mean they're
fun.
innocent? What do you mean?
You say that.
Like they're fun and they're actiony. They're not like goblins raping girls. I mean, come on.
Wait a minute. But you
That's
think
what
it's
freaks me
gruesome and like it's just gross because of all the blood and violence. But you watch Attack on Titan. You watch Tokyo Ghoul. How? What's the difference?
Not because of the blood.
There is.
Okay.
There's a lot. There
Okay.
may be even more than Goblin Slayer.
Okay, well, let me tell you about this.
Just
Okay.
that small scene, just like.
But that's one small
But
scene.
that's-
You shouldn't
that's
judge
part
one
of the
small
world.
scene
That's
by the
part
whole
of the
anime.
world. I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty like gross, but like that's like you're just saying, oh, it shouldn't happen because it's a cartoon. Like that's your idea. Like I don't get it.
And
Not,
it,
not, it's not that it's okay.
That's what you said. That's what she said.
I know it's what I said, but I'm just trying to.
but that's what goblins do. Listen.
See it, okay?
Wait. I want to hear what she says. What? What'd you say?
I don't
Fee?
like it.
What?
I don't like it.
Okay, you can not like it, but no, you can not like it. It's okay not to like it. Of course, not a lot of people are gonna like that shit. They're not into that shit. But I'm just saying, from your point, you said it's a cartoon and I shouldn't be seeing shit like that.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense. Do you see what I'm saying? Why shouldn't you see that?
Because I don't like it. I don't want to see it.
But I'm not talking about
You're
you. You're saying
contradicting
no.
yourself, homie.
Yeah, you are. I'm not talking about like for you like yeah I want to see it, which doesn't make sense since you watch Game of Thrones. But anyway,
You watched Game of Thrones.
Anyway, no, it's not. It's the same gruesome shit. It's the same disgusting shit.
Wait, you're grossed out that the goblins rape girls, right? But that's not all. They kill girls too. They kill people. But Titans, they just kill people just because they want to. They don't eat them because they need it. They just kill them. And that's what goblins do. They rape the girls and then they kill them. But that's the story. That's what they're supposed to be. That's their point. And with this, they're making a story out of it. You can't just like be like, oh, this is gross and I don't like it. I don't like the sight of it. And it's fine to not like it.
Yeah.
But also like
You're
also take into account that this is how they're going to make the story.
Yeah.
You know?
And from your saying, like I said, again for the billionth time, you said I should not be seeing this on a cartoon.
Yeah, personally, for me, for how I was raised, for me, how I see things, I don't want to see that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like it sounded like you were saying, oh, you shouldn't be seeing things like this is not supposed to happen in a cartoon. That's what you're saying.
I said when I was saying that, I was like, for me, in my experience, I don't want to see that.
Okay, fine. So you don't like to see stuff like that, even though she watches Game of Thrones. Anyway.
Shut your face, okay?
That's a point.
That doesn't correlate though. How can you watch Game of Thrones but you can't watch an animation? And it's not even that bad.
Look, I have a limit to everything I watch. If I see something that I don't like watching, I'm not gonna finish it. There was a movie called I think it was like Lion or something. It's about this kid that's orphaned and he's running around in India or something. And I didn't finish that movie because I didn't like what was going on, so I didn't finish it. So I have a limit personally. I have a limit for each thing I watch. If I see something that I don't like or I'm like scared of or disgusted of, I'm not gonna finish watching it.
Okay, there was literally incest in Game of Thrones.
You don't like that?
That's different. 'Cause it's Game of Thrones.
Now she's saying it's. See that? You should. That's not.
Contradicting yourself.
Okay. Did you ever watch The Human Centipede?
I could withstand Game of
I
Thrones,
never saw
but I
that.
can't withstand certain things. Okay?
Did you watch The Human Centipede?
That's how my mind works.
Did you watch The Human Centipede?
Yeah, I watched it.
Oh my god! Okay, so doesn't wait. So doesn't
I know it's gross,
wait.
but
So doesn't know what the human centipede is. So this is what it is. It's literally a crazy guy who literally sews. Let me talk.
So I don't want to hear this. No.
So what's it called? It's literally a crazy guy. I think it's like a German movie or a Russian movie. I'm not sure. But it's literally a guy who sews what's it called? He sews a person's face into someone's ass. 4 or 5 of them into a centipede. And he gives the first one, I believe, laxatives. And you know where that goes. And she said she watched it.
Listen, no, let me defend myself here. Okay, first of all, I wasn't watching it alone. I didn't put it on, but like I still want to watch it because it came on. I didn't know what I was watching. I didn't expect
What?
that to happen.
Okay, but if I saw that scene, I would have left the room. Did you leave the room?
What?
Did you leave the room when you saw that scene?
I closed my eyes.
That's it? So you didn't leave the room and you didn't stop watching. You kind of continued to watch because you wanted to know what happens.
I didn't stop watching it because it happened all the way like towards the end of the middle. So I was like, I already watched it. I gotta see it through.
That doesn't make sense. Now you're still doing it. Okay, look. Okay, so but you see what I'm saying though? Like it's like okay, that was a really good. Like I heard what the scene was, and there was no way I was interested to see it. Right? I never wanted to watch it. I never even wanted to start it. Like I don't even care how good it is. Like I didn't want to watch it. Now I could see what you mean by like you don't want to watch it because it's not your type of thing. But that where it comes to another point right there. It's like shit like that happens in those movies and those shows. You know.
I'm not saying anime is different from like movies or TV shows. It's just that I don't like watching certain things on certain things.
Yeah, you watch Game of Thrones and The Human Centipede, so.
So gross.
I watch like
she leaves with frustration. Shut up. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I was peer pressured into watching
You really
that.
think
Okay,
about
I
it?
didn't watch that.
I can't. It's just so.
So it's still like baffled about like that's a thing.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I hope that's not a true story.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think they made a second one too.
Yeah, they did. I seen that.
Oh
One.
my
I didn't see the
gosh.
movie. I seen
my
like
gosh,
the thing on
You should have
Netflix.
never told me that. That was just.
I
But-
told you, don't listen, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna tell her.
I'm scarred.
You heard it here.
Are
You heard it here. She's
you
scarred.
gonna watch it? Are you
So
gonna
you
watch it?
watched that. You saw that.
See?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna
See, I think
listen
that's
to you anymore.
really gross. Like I can't even stand that shit. Like
I can't even like imagine it, bro.
you can't. Honestly, it's not like it's like you can imagine it, but it's like not the same thing of what the movie is.
I don't want to imagine.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 times worse. So,
People watch that.
but yeah, people see that, and yet they argue anime is gross. I'm not attacking you. I'm talking about like the point of what we're talking about, where they would say anime is gross, it's perverted, and it does these things that jeopardize, like, oh, it's not socially acceptable to do this, but yet there's other movies who do it, other shows, and it doesn't make sense. Now, there's a point out there too where it's saying, how could you watch anime? It's for kids. It's not realistic. But at the same time, how can you watch these shows that are not real and they're not realistic either? Like, if you think about any other Marvel show, any other Marvel
people
movie.
who say anime is childish and for children, they're dumb. They're ignorant.
Exactly.
Technically. Because if you've seen anime, if you've actually watched anime, you wouldn't want your child to watch this.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know that this is not for children. So people who say that, you're wrong.
But there's
False.
also the thing where it's like, not even for children, but it's like, how can you watch something? I can't believe something like this would happen in a show. Like that realistic aspect. Because not a real life person's acting it out. But if you think about it, yes they are, because it's a real life voice that's acting out that scene. So you get what I'm saying? Like the idea of it, it's like he's still experiencing, he's still showing us emotion through voice acting in
Yeah.
the same way as an actor.
Whoa, I just-
You could still say like you could say acting in real life is challenging and harder, but if you think about it, voice acting is still hard and skillful because of the shit you have to do in those shows. Like imagine crying or screaming or anything like that. You have to make it
And
sound
voice
right.
actors, I'm pretty sure they do it in real life. Like if they had a
Yeah.
crime scene, they would.
They would
cry.
still do it in real life. Like that's
So,
so great.
Yeah, and the thing with anime, it's like 10 times more emotional than like acting. I think that, or like not that to that extent, but like because it's so over exaggerated in
Yeah.
anime. When they're crying, they're like bawling, like their life.
Including
It's,
in
like,
subbed.
ruined.
In subbed, oh my god.
Yeah, and
Japanese sub.
voice
I mean, I
actors are
prefer
so
dub.
good.
I prefer dub, like I always said, but Japanese sub always get that shit right. Like they're very talented actors in Japan.
Yeah.
Like they take that shit seriously, you know. So like,
Yeah, and they talk fast, really fast.
yeah, they talk really fast.
They talk so freaking fast, and it's great. It's great. Like Gintoki, he what
Oh
the?
my Fee, you have to watch Gintama.
You really do. You remember that?
I think
should
you'll-
say this?
Huh?
Am
You
I
don't say
good?
anything about
No.
it. But the thing is about Gintama, it's so good because it's so funny. Like it's so funny.
So funny.
It's so funny.
I can't wait till it
The
comes
scenes
back.
are so good. I can't
I
wait till
really
the show
want to
does.
rewatch it. We should
The
rewatch
intro,
it.
the intros are. I want to, but not yet. When
In
does
the
it come
summer.
back? When it comes back, I want to watch
December
it.
or something.
Yeah, because that's what I want to do for you. By the way, you guys should rewatch Naruto. Maybe not the original. If you guys, I mean,
Yeah.
I like the original, but like if you
I
you guys should
rewatched
rewatch Naruto when it comes towards
I still have to rewatch Shippuden.
the end. Huh?
I have to rewatch Shippuden.
Yeah, probably help you watch it.
I'll watch it like when's it supposed to come?
Oh, Fee, I didn't tell you, huh? Shit.
No, you
Like,
didn't.
Okay, so it turns out I already said this on the podcast, but it turns out Naruto Shippuden isn't coming out February 26th, and it's not going to be all the episodes either. So they're going to do one more set after the set that's already going to come out in March 26th.
Excuse you, what?
Yeah.
Are they serious?
Yeah,
Do they
they're
wanna
they're
lie?
so stupid. I don't know why they're doing this. They're really pissing people off. That's why it pisses me off. We should do a topic about this the idea like the sub and dub shit. It's so stupid. Not I meant like sub versus dub, but like the how subbed is just like way ahead and dubbed is like so behind. We'll do a topic about it one day. But yeah, that's stupid, right? It just,
Yeah, what's the point of that?
I don't know if they didn't do the episodes. I feel like they have done it already.
They really
Um,
should have ended when Naruto the subbed ended.
This is discrimination.
Yes, to dub people.
When did Naruto end?
It ended in like
2016?
2016 or 17. I have to go check again. I believe the
3
manga.
years later.
The manga ended in 2015. I want you guys to hear this. The manga ended in 2015, and I believe, don't look so because just in case for spoilers, Naruto Shippuden end date. It ended March 23, 2017.
2017?
So if you think about it this way, so I believe. Wait, let me go check when the manga ended. End. It ended on. Oh shit! I put Naruto instead of. It ended on November 10th. Okay, it's not telling me the year, but I think it was 2015. I remember it ended on my senior year, and I remember. No, it might have ended in 2014. Okay, wait. Give me a second.
Manga or the anime?
The manga. I'm talking about the manga.
Okay.
No, maybe 20. Oh, I think it did end in 2014. Holy shit!
Bro, that was like
No, wait. I'm gonna see right now. I'm
4
gonna see right now.
years ago. Well, a little bit
I'm
more
gonna
than
read this
that,
real
but-
quick. Japanese manga series, blah 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 blah. I just want to know when it ends. Right? It was so like the Shippuden anime thing. It just told me automatically. Naruto and manga dates. It says November 10th, 2014.
Bro.
So, okay, think about it this way. So that was November 10th, 2014. That's when it ended. Hopefully that's right.
Ago.
And then the Shippuden, the sub ended in March 20. So it was like what, 3 years, maybe 2.5 something years.
2014.
2014 to 2017. So 2014 is when the manga ended. 2017 is when the sub ended, and the dub is probably gonna end in 2019 of maybe April or June. Can you believe that shit?
I don't understand.
Well,
Why?
There's a three-year gap. So did they speed up the process
what do you mean?
for the anime?
No, that's the thing I remember is when the manga for Naruto Shippuden ended, they started doing more fillers.
What the?
I remember.
What the?
Yeah, I think I
That
remember.
doesn't make any sense. Why would
So
they?
they just
wait,
started
wait.
throwing fillers in the anime.
What was that?
Or
Think that they'd be fast.
I don't know if
with
they
the
ended in
anime.
2017. They have to have ended in 2016. But that's what it says online, so. But yeah, like, isn't that absurd? You see that?
yeah.
I'm enraged, bro.
They were just milking it, honestly, at that point. They were doing all those fillers.
Why
They
are
were
they
just milking
doing
it.
this? I need to speak to the creator of Naruto.
Well, you know the people that have been waiting for years and years for Naruto to end? This is probably the best thing because when they waited, like, they never watched it. They just probably stopped at a certain episode. They're like, oh, I'm going to watch all of it. Like, they're just going to binge the shit out of that. Imagine binging all those episodes
Imagine
with
if I did that. No, I wouldn't do that.
Honestly, I don't think I could contain, like, I would want to show you, like, what was
I'm
happening.
so angry. Like, I'm impatient too. I'm like so willing to do watch sub. I wanted to watch sub like last year, but
But you know why I say not to watch it sub? Because you're so close. Like you're not like
I
2
know
years
that's
away.
why I'm not gonna watch sub.
Yeah.
I waited all this time. I can't just let go. I can't give up.
Yeah, the same thing with me, because I watched it dubbed from the beginning, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna revert back to, like, I'm not gonna revert to sub when I'm in dubbed. I'm so close, and I'm just not gonna give up, alright?
I would have watched it with you guys dubbed, but the thing is, I was way ahead of you guys before I ever showed you Naruto. It's like there was no one to like, oh, you're watching dubbed, I'm gonna wait for you. Like I was just watching it. That happened to me with Fairy Tail and other shows. Like I just was ahead of it. Well, I was like, after you guys started catching up, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just watch it when you guys watch it. It's just much better because it kind of sucks, like you know. Now think about it, the people who ended it in 2014. Just
They're having a blast.
They're having a blast. Like they already finished it. The only thing that's good about this is that you can like you're extending it. Like you're like enjoying Naruto, like because once it's gone, it's gone. You know.
Speaking of manga readers, to those of you who read mangas and don't like watch the anime and know what's gonna happen because you read the mangas, please stay quiet. I was
Spoilers.
in the library the other day and I was trying to do my work, you know, and there's like these two people in the back just talking about Attack on Titans, and they were ruining the whole thing for
No
me.
way. How much did they ruin for you?
They were saying how somebody died, and I think like Aaron, like I don't know.
Don't say it.
I was getting so mad, alright? He was all like, yeah, this happened in the manga, and this happened in the manga.
You should have left. You should have freaking yelled at them.
You should have stood up and screeched.
Screech like a titan.
I should have. I was so close to saying, yo, can you like not?
And raise your hand.
There are other people.
Here is your hand, teacher. They're spoiling a lot of shit. Yeah, I know. I hate those pieces of shit.
Dude, you should have covered your ears. Why would you?
Bro, I would be
that?
so pissed. Honestly, I would be so
I
pissed.
was like, alright, I'm gonna get my shit done and I'm gonna leave because I can't handle this.
Why didn't you
So,
just
That he
leave?
was talking to, she was watching the anime, but like she what's it called? She wasn't as like far as he was because he read the manga, and then she was like, just tell me what happens. I don't care anymore. And then he just started spewing it out. I was like, okay, whoa, calm down.
I understand how people do that. Like
That's
I know.
what you call an impatient girl.
Yeah, no, I had a friend one time.
Okay.
I had a friend in I think senior year, and or junior year. I remember I was trying to introduce him to anime. He hates anime. He was like, oh, I hate anime. It's so stupid. I introduced him to like I think Naruto. I was like I knew he wasn't gonna watch it. It's too long. It's slow. There's no way he'll get into it. But then I introduced him to Future Diary, which is pretty entertaining, right? And I showed him the episodes. Like he was watching first episode up to 5 episodes. He's like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. And he's like, oh, I really want to know what's gonna happen. I'm like, okay, just watch the show. He never watches the show. He ends up going to my other friend and asks him what happens at the end. I'm like, why don't you just watch the show? That's the point of the show.
That makes me irritated.
He's like, I can't wait. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Like those people. I don't like them.
I don't like them either. And I think we should almost end the podcast.
I have to fight manga readers.
I have no problem with manga readers. Just don't spoil. Just don't spoil.
Literally, I found out the guy that was spoiling me in school. He reads manga. I know he reads manga, but he's like, anime sucks. Manga is way much more better. Like, it's way better. Like, why do you even watch anime?
I hate the
like,
people who don't understand. Like,
excuse me.
Like, be considerate. Be courteous
No,
to the other people around you.
How can you be so vile?
See, that's what I don't understand. Like, okay, let me give you guys an example. I was ahead of subbed, right? There is no way in hell would I try. And, like, I know the people who watch it. I know the people who didn't watch it. There's no way in hell would I go around and be like spoiling shit. The first thing I say, did you ever watch Naruto? I was like, what part are you on? That's why I always ask them. I'm like, to see what part are they on, so I know what part I can talk up to. Because I will never go, oh my god, did you see this part and this part? I don't know what part he's on.
Should you? You didn't just blow off.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, you know our relatives, right? Let's just say the 2 cousins that also watched Naruto. Oh my god. Oh, like the way I remember how they told me they spoiled some of the stuff for you guys. I'm like, what? How would that? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? Do you get joy? Like, are you proud of yourself because you did that?
Like, ruining my life.
Oh my god, it's just unbelievable. We should do a whole rant video about this later.
Like, can you at least be like considerate? You know, like, are you just that dumb? Do you have no brain cells anymore? Is it just the one more brain cell that reads manga? Are you kidding me? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? That's so
they know everything.
I've never.
Next podcast, manga readers, we're coming after you.
And the thing is, it's not all manga readers, guys. Like, you know, it's certain types.
99.9% of them.
Rude manga readers, we're coming after you.
I guess, but we should really wrap this up. I believe we already have like almost an hour or more because remember we cut it out by accident.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Our topics were random as shit. Sorry about that. Next time we'll do a better job. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Anime Talk is now. Subscribe to YouTube. We're on other podcasts as well. Podcast apps. So is there anything you need to say?
AT's coming.
Shut up! Stop doing. Stop making K-pop references.
What?
Fee, is there anything you want to say?
I didn't do that.
Peace out. A-Town.
What? Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all, guys. See
Wait. Since I doubt there are manga readers that actually listen to our podcast. Because why would they? But
okay, those manga readers are like, if you listen to our podcast, you're cool.
But the similar there's something called webtoons, okay? And then it's online.
What is your point?
I'm talking. Let me.
But what's the point of this?
Shut up! I have to say something.
All right, go for it.
There is a
webtoon.
Yeah, basically they're Korean like manga, but in Korean, but they're in English. These webtoons are really good actually. But there's this one called Lookism. It's so good. I recommend it 10/10. And if anybody reads it,
there's also one called Save Me. I recommend it 10/10.
Did you read the one from yesterday?
No,
For God's sakes, I don't understand what's going on here.
I didn't listen to it.
I
didn't read
what
it.
are you doing?
Shut up! Only some people could get this. But if you read
you couldn't bring this up for next week. You had to do this at the end.
Yes, I did. Read Lookism. It should really be an anime. It's so freaking good. Okay, that's it.
Do you want me to attack you?
You can't. It's illegal. I'll call the 911.
You call the 911?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I am the 911. What are you gonna do about that?
Well, I'll call the
To anybody we
119.
may or may not have offended, we apologize.
I can't
I
believe
don't
you wasted
care.
like 4 minutes on that shit.
You know what? You waste all the minutes with your ugly
uh,
breathing.
Yeah, I probably people can hear me. All right, guys, I think that's it. We'll see you guys in another podcast episode, maybe tomorrow. I don't know.